Roaming as a tank in a solo queue is a crucial but thankless job that most players avoid taking on. There are many challenges that come with playing this role, but these challenges are greatly magnified in solo when you have near zero communications and don't know how teammates are going to react when you engage. So as a player who has around 9 years of Mobile Legends experience under my belt, I believe I'll be able to offer you some insights by showing and explaining to you how I play this role. The first thing you need to do before the game even starts is to imagine what's going to happen in the first 2 minutes, so you can have an early game plan. For example, in this match, the enemy lineup consists of a 𝗟𝗓, who's infamous for early game jungle invades. This is why my early game plan is to stick near our own jungler so we can assist him if there's an invade. And that was exactly what happened, as you can see. Our presence here provided a distraction, and may have somewhat helped our jungler escape just in time. Picking the right hero for the job is also very important. My pick for this game is Akai, who's considered an off-meta tank. And that's because his ult, which makes him spin and knock back enemies, is a great counter to both 𝗟𝗓 and 𝗟𝗏. These two heroes are very difficult to deal with without good counters, and they can literally 1v5 when they're not sufficiently dealt with. Akai's presence alone can make these heroes think twice about even coming near our team, and you're going to see how important this pick is throughout the match. As a tank roamer, your job is to provide assistance wherever it's needed, and this comes with experience on which area needs it most. I'm moving to gold lane now as I'm confident that 𝗟𝗓 is probably farming her own jungle. Also, don't believe 𝗟𝗓 when he says,
"A real man never hides in the bush."
That dude literally lives in the bush, and it's exactly what roamers should do. You should make use of bushes as much as possible so you can surprise enemies, and not reveal yourself unless there's a good reason to. In the second minute of the game, the first turtle spawns, and this is a team objective. It's common in higher ranks that the first turtle will be contested by 4 players, with the jungler being the most important player because of their retribution spell being able to secure the objective. The EXP laner and mid laner are also expected to join this contest, and of course, the roamer. Your presence acts as a deterrent for the enemy as you can threaten and engage if they get too close, especially if you are playing a tank with setting abilities. Oh, and I'm taking the mid wave here since I have a strong ult with Akai, so I want to get to level 4 and unlock it. Dying as a roamer isn't too bad, especially when you get trades for it. Your job is to support and protect your team, so if you need to die for them to survive, it's usually worth it. Of course, it's not always worth dying for bad teammates, so you also have to gauge whether they are worth your effort. This is something that isn't talked about often, but playing roam in solo queue is almost like investing in stocks. Just imagine all of your teammates are stocks that you can invest in, so you have to observe and gauge which stocks are worth the investment of your time and effort. If you see that the stock is bad, you have to give it up quickly and reinvest your effort on something else. If you don't, you risk investing in a bad stock that doesn't pay off in the end. But if you invest in a good stock, it can literally carry your entire team to the win. For example, in this game, I gauged that 𝗟𝗓 isn't the best stock to invest in. He's mostly left to 1v1 with 𝗟𝗏. And while that isn't the best matchup, it's also not the worst. The point is that this is a situation that he shouldn't be feeding. And so when he does feed, I decided to invest my effort on the rest of the team, even though he's the gold laner. And thanks to that decision, we were able to tide through the early and mid game.
How often do you see a rare species like me?
The next thing that you need to learn is itemization. This is a very important concept for any tank player as every tank item is situational. And so ideally, there should be a custom item build for every match. As you gain very little gold as a roamer, each and every item you build is extremely important. You can see from my build that it looks a bit weird, but the magic resist cloak, which seems insignificant, is extremely important. This is a cheap and efficient magic defense item that immediately makes me take less damage from Balearic and Nana, since they deal magic damage. And you'll see that actually saved my life later on when Nana tried to finish me off. Having a good understanding of most of the heroes in the game also helps, as you'll be able to make outplays and counter strategies. I knew how 1-1 works, and I could tell she was trying to reach me to cast her out. And when the indicator above me expired, meaning that she can't cast her out immediately, that was my chance to counter attack. This is why you should spend time understanding most of the heroes in the game, so you know how to counter them. And one of the fastest ways to learn about heroes is by subscribing to my channel and watching my guides. Wink wink. One of the key things that a tank roamer needs to do is to play near your team. The first advantage of this is that you are able to immediately react when your team gets engaged on by the enemy team, since you are already nearby. The second advantage is that your team is able to follow up quickly when you engage. There are many blind roamers that just want to make TikTok reels and they just do whatever they want without looking at where their team is. They'll make a 5-man out on the opposite side of the map, do no damage to them, and then die alone. And then they'll type in chat "duck system" or something along those lines and surrender. If you want to be a good roamer, make sure to open up your eyes and look at where your team is and whether they're ready to engage. Which brings me to another tip, and it's to check if your teammates' outs are ready. If you look here, you can see the green lights next to their hero icons. If there's no green light, it basically means that their out is on cooldown. You can use this information to know if your teammate is ready to fight, especially if they're a hero like Eudora whose out is very important. Another important thing to do is to always be watching the map. I repeat, always be watching the map. Always. This is so you know exactly where the enemies are at all times. This tip is important whatever role you're playing, and it's so you can make informed decisions about whether to engage, disengage, farm, split push, take objectives, scratch your balls, or whatever. What exactly to do at what moment takes experience, and every situation is different, so it's hard to give specific advice for this. But in general, try to take fights when your team outnumbers the enemy team in the area, which means you have a higher chance of winning that fight.
Ult is not ready.
One of your most important tasks as a roamer is to provide vision for your team. Enemy heroes will not be visible on the map and the screen unless an allied hero is near them, unless there's vision mechanics like Selena or Popo's traps in play. So just imagine yourself as a ghost hunter with a torchlight shining through the dark areas of the map and hunting for ghosts. The more information you can get, the better. But as mentioned earlier, you should still be looking into areas near your team, instead of going off to the other side of the map and opening up vision there. Also, for most tank roamers, the only way you can check bushes is to face check them. Face checking means you're literally dipping your body into a bush to open up vision there. And doing this is extremely important to suss out ambushes ahead of your team. If you're a tank, don't let your teammates go first and get ambushed. You're the tankiest member of the team, so move ahead of them, bait skills and eat the damage first. Your win rate will thank you for it later. Most tank roamers also have very impactful outs which have long cooldowns, so try not to use it unnecessarily. For example here, I could have outed the 𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗖𝗛 just to secure the kill, but it really isn't necessary since he doesn't have much mobility for escaping. However, if I'm holding onto my out, it deters Fanny and 1-1 from joining the fight, and if they do join in, I have it ready to lock them down. You can also inform your team of your out cooldown by doing what I just did. This helps the team to estimate when your out is available so they can roughly gauge when the next team fight can happen.
Killing spree! Ult is not ready. Destroy the turret. Your team destroyed the turret.
Take this!
Another thing that you might already have noticed I'm doing a lot is that I'm not just walking up to enemies from the most obvious and direct paths. Something that you should do more of is to identify the enemy escape paths and try to cut them off, especially if your team has already engaged the enemy. This limits their chance of escaping and can also zone off any of their teammates coming to help. This is especially true if you're playing Akai, as his out should be played in that manner, but it can also apply to almost any hero.
That's gonna tickle!
Mega kill! Mark company. Again. Oh, not ready. Initiate.
If you need a new spirit, leave it to me!
During objective contests, your main job is to stop the enemies from approaching the area and ensure they don't have a chance to get to your jungler or steal the objective. This is a pretty bad example of what I should have been doing, and almost resulted in the Lord being stolen. But that's because I was anticipating Fanny to approach from a different direction. However, because of my teammates' positions, I should have been at the right side instead. Luckily, my bad play wasn't punished, and I did it to show you what a roamer should not be doing. No cap.
Your turret is under attack.
Leave it to me! Incoming!
Killing spree!
Take this! You can say no for this!
Mega kill!
The belly!
I hope the tips were helpful in becoming a better tank roamer, especially in solo queue. It's not an easy job, and so my respects to all the tank roam mains out there. You guys are truly the unsung heroes of Mobile Legends. And with that, it's Ruby signing off. I'll see you guys again in the next one.